Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and it's season 3 of Travel Channel's Booze Traveler. It's the third time this guy's joined me. I'm so excited. Make sure to check out the new season of Booze Traveler, Mondays, 10, 9 Central. Travel Channel. Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, and for the third time, because he's in season 3 of Travel Channel's Booze Traveler, Jack Maxwell, the man with my dream job, is joining us in studio. Jason Bateman, or shall I say Jack? Like,
do I look that much like
Jason
Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman, look
Where's
at
my
him.
camera? Do I look that much like Jason Bateman? I don't know. Do I?
You do, man.
Well, it could be worse.
Off his Christmas party. No, I'm just kidding. All right, man.
Could be worse. It could be worse. I could look like Pee Wee Herman.
This is true.
No offense, Paul Rubens, but I'm just saying, Jason's. It's not bad if you're gonna look like somebody.
I think that's a pretty good one to grab.
Not the worst, but I don't see it, but I know that people do because I've been told I do look like him.
I remember when I interviewed you right before Booze Traveler started. I'm like, dude, you got the best job in the world.
And I still do.
You still do, and you're in season 3 of it.
You know, I got to say, I don't know if it's the best job in the world, Arthur, but it's the best job I've ever had, for sure.
Sure beats bartending, right?
It beats everything I've ever done, from shoe shining when I was a little kid to the last job I had before I got the show.
All right, so for people who don't know Booze Traveler, you go around the world, you drink every drink under the sun, you're still alive. How's this all working out?
Yeah, no kidding. You know, it's funny, a lot of people think that, oh, Booze Traveler, that guy must just go around the world and get hammered out of his tree, just bombed. And that's not the case, really. It is about drinks, but not drinking. So what we do is explore, I would even say celebrate, all the people and places and cultures of the world through the lens of a cocktail glass. Because people drink for similar reasons around the world, right? To socialize, to celebrate, to mourn, to take the edge off at the end of a long day. But what I've found around the world that's a little different than here in the States, people drink for very spiritual reasons. They pour some out for the ancestors. They like to connect to their god or gods or the heavens or whatever. They feel it's a much more, I think, connected to the other side experience than we do. Very few places I've been to, there are some, but very few binge drink. It's usually done for a particular reason, not just for the reasons I just stated, but they really have a respect and a reverence for their alcohols because they come from such a long way back. And it's really about respect for who they are and where they come from.
I was looking at some of the clips from this season. You go to some outrageous places and have some outrageous drinks.
As always, but even more so this season, I think. Like, we go to Cambodia, and I drank tarantula venom wine, and I ate the tarantula after because they grilled it for me. And you say, well, why would you do that? If a culture is going to have me in, and they're going to say, well, we're going to share our friends, our family, our food, and our drinks. I can't say yes to 3 and no to the last one. If they're going to have me in, I'm going to do what they do. Because it's not like it's a prank, right? See if he drinks the spider wine. No, this is what they really do.
Let's kill the TV host.
Yeah.
They're like, let's kill the TV host.
So I got to do what they do. Otherwise, I'm not being a polite guest, and I must be that first and foremost.
This is the first time I'm ever going to ask anybody this. What does tarantula taste like?
Well, it's hard to compare, but I would say if I grilled tarantula, it tastes like a baked potato.
That's so weird.
Isn't it, though? I mean, you could say, yeah, it tastes like chicken because everybody does, but it doesn't. It pops up when you grill it. The body swells up like Jiffy Pop. Remember Jiffy Pop popcorn? On the grill, it goes up like that. So it goes up like that, and then at some point they slice it with a little something, and then the steam comes out, and then you eat it, and there's little tiny little pieces, little balls that are inside there, little white pieces of almost like, looks tapioca-esque, but it tastes like a potato.
I'm so freaked out right now. Okay, so
but that's what we do. That's one of the places. Siberia, we drank what is the true national drink of Russia. Do you know what it is?
I'm Russian. I do not know this. Vodka is...
I thought it was vodka. Exactly right. It's not. About 120 years ago, Tsar Nicholas II said, I am outlawing this drink, And I'm going to nationalize vodka because I can make money off of it. So this drink had to go back into the shadows because people were making it at home. It's called Polagar. And they're bringing it back now. That is the true national drink of Russia, not vodka.
What does it taste like?
It's a rye-based spirit, so it has that, the taste of rye, which is very, very unique. But it's Polagar is burnt. It's called. It means bread wine, I believe, but it's half burnt. It's a brandy type of thing, right? And they burn off some of the alcohol, and then you drink it. But there's different flavors. One tastes like gin because it has the botanicals that gin does, including juniper, and they have different flavors. But it's making a huge comeback, and I didn't know. I figured it was vodka.
You gotta love when the guy sitting next to you knows more about your culture than you do.
Здравствуйте, как дела?
Очень хорошо, как у тебя дела?
And then I say, что нового? Ничего? Что нового? What's new? Ничего?
Что?
Что?
Новое.
Новое.
Что новое?
I knew I was going to say that wrong, but...
Что новое?
Ничего.
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 Что новое?
Ничего.
Well, it's actually not true. He's got a second show, so something is new.
There is something new, exactly
is
right.
something.
By the way, I learned that in Siberia, which was the coldest place I've ever been in my life. I don't know how Russians live there. It's so cold. Or Siberia.
Are you checking out a Best Bar there?
No, actually, Best Bars, the new show, is domestic only. So we will go around to the United States, everywhere here in the States, and find the best bars by theme. Like it might be the best tiki bars, the best hidden bars, speakeasy, the best rooftop bars, the best sports bars, and there are so many different kind of bars. We're going to have a great adventure again, and of course we'll have a couple of cocktails because that's what we do.
Can I just say, whoever Jack's agent is, please call me. I want you, I want your gigs, man.
Well, why don't you come with us sometime? Be a guest on the show and have some drinks with us.
That offer is going to be taken very literally. I'm coming.
Because I tell you what, I discovered something. Tonight, on Travel Channel, Booze Traveler Season 3 premieres. And we go to Mexico. And I thought, we're going to have some nice tequilas. But I discovered a mezcal. Because I was always okay with mezcal, but not... one of my favorite drinks now is this particular mezcal that you'll see. They had to put a coat over my head because we go to a secret location in the mountains, almost like Narcos, right? They covered my head in the back of a truck, standing up to take me to this location. But that mezcal was so worth it. And it's nice and smoky and rich and complex. Oh, and that's tonight on Travel Channel. So you'll love it if you try this. Really good stuff.
There used to be a show, and he's a buddy of ours. He's a friend of the show. Adam Richmond had a show on Travel Channel called Man vs. Food. Love that show.
Yeah.
And
Adam's great.
Adam's awesome. But I remember talking to him about the amount of food he had to digest. It was unhealthy. With you, how much alcohol are you actually drinking that we're not seeing in these episodes? Is it unhealthy?
Well, see, that's a good point because we have to do several takes. But I drink as little as possible because I want to stay healthy. It's not about getting drunk around the world. It's anything but that, actually. However, when a culture says, here, drink this, I will never insult them and not drink it. For instance, in Mongolia, we're on the land of the nomads, and they say to be on our land, you must drink 3 bowls of camel milk vodka or fermented mare's milk. Or in Japan, the sumo said, if you want to, you're going to run with us, you're going to run with the big dogs, you have to go drinking with us afterwards, and you must drink what we drink. But in those instances, in special circumstances, I will drink everything they drink. But the show is not faked. It's not produced in that way. Whatever you see me drinking, I am drinking that. But I'm an Irish kid from Southie, so I can take it. I got the Constitution for it.
Has there ever been a drink where it's just been too vile or too disgusting that you've been like, I can't do this. Sorry, guys. All about the show, but I can't do this.
Not yet. Although some did give me pause. Frog in a blender, where they take a frog and they skin it, throw it in the blender and whirl it around. Spit beer with villagers, natives in Peru. Cow blood right from the neck. We were in Tanzania with the Maasai warriors, and they take a blunted arrow, they hit the cow in the neck, it starts coming out into a gourd, and they mix it with honey wine, you drink it right there on the spot. They're Maasai warriors. They have weapons. I'm not going to say no. No, they were just beautiful people, and I was happy to do that. Although, I was Cambodia. tarantula. A tarantula. They clip the fangs, they put it in, and then while you're drinking it, his legs go up in your face and you feel the fur because they put it in the glass. And you can't take it out. It's like a nice garnish, and you have to drink it. And then when you finish and the tarantula's left over, they will cook it for you.
How about personally? You've got 2 shows on a major network now. How insane is that to you?
I'm so grateful to Travel Channel and to Carga 7, who produced it, and White Reindeer, who discovered the first show, Booze Traveler, and created it. Best Bars is going to be different. It's going to appeal to a different group of people, maybe the same as well, but it's all domestic. You know, a lot of people don't get to go to Mongolia or Madagascar or Siberia, but they have gone to Milwaukee or Boston or New York or Cleveland or Denver. So we're going to cover that as well, and people get a chance to follow us on the show, but maybe go to those places, their favorite bars, because I think people obviously travel more domestically than internationally. But we're going to start filming that soon, and then it will be on later this spring after Booze Traveler finishes its run, which, of course, again, starts tonight. So exciting.
It's going to be a year-long Jack Maxwell adventure.
Might be a little too much, but hang in there. It gets
not bad
better.
for a kid from Southie, right?
Not bad at all. Knock on wood. I'm very grateful.
How about Boston, man? Like, I'm from Philadelphia, so anytime someone actually does something good who's from Philadelphia, it's like you're a national hero. What's been the reception in Boston? Like, are you in the papers all the time? Are you like essentially like a local celebrity there?
No, not really. I got to tell you, because there's so many people from Boston, even Southie.
Well, we've got Affleck and Damon and
Mark Wahlberg, Brian Goodman, Neil. There's so many people who come from there that are way, way more famous than I am or will ever be. I kind of fly under the radar a little bit. But when I go back home and I round up my buddies, the usual suspects, and we go and have drinks, it's nice to have people say, hey, I watch your show, I like it. Not only do I get to drink along with you, but you actually teach me something. It's informative, it's educational, sometimes it's funny. We try to make it as good as we can, but those people are real stars, and I have a lot of respect for them. And I am proud of those guys who come from Boston or Southie specifically and have made it, because that's a tough neighborhood, man. You know, I grew up in the D Street projects, and for people just to make it out of there alive without doing a stretch, you know, without going in on the inside, as they say, or you know, we
how tough is it? I've always wondered.
We were
this.
Given these circumstances we were, and we try to make the best of them. And so for people to come out of that neighborhood or that city and do well, I'm very proud of them.
How tough is it? You see the movies. Like, I was just watching The Town a couple nights ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, there's such a connection of the people in Southie. I mean, there's a sense of pride that you're alive. How tough is it to actually grow up in Southie?
It's hard to say because I didn't know any better. I was born there. The town is actually Charlestown,
right,
which is on the other side of Boston proper, and Southie is next to Dorchester, and we know Southie for Good Will Hunting, Mystic River, the Departed, really, that's South Boston as well. A lot of movies about this tiny little neighborhood, but that's okay. Southie pride, as they say. I guess it's tough, but everyone has their story. I'm sure you have a story. It doesn't matter what city or what economic circumstances you grew up in, you might have had a hard life. And even if you didn't, whatever happened to you as a kid informs you. I'm not crying about that. It's a tough start, but you play the cards you're dealt. I mean, growing up in the projects without a father, without all the brothers to stick up for you, you learn how to stick up for yourself. You learn how to negotiate your way through life, and then here we are now.
And you learn how to drink.
And we learn how to drink. Well, that's funny you said that. I used to shine shoes in barrooms up and down Broadway in South Boston. As a little kid, I would go in there. I remember when I started, I was so little, I started charging a dime, and I'd always get more than a dime. I'd get like a quarter. And I said, why don't I just charge a quarter? Maybe I'll get 50 cents. And that's what happened. So I get a quarter. One time, the first time I got $1, like paper. Wow, it's so much better than coins. I was so excited. In my little shoe shine box, I asked for, my birthday is Christmas Day. So I asked for a shoe shine box as a combination gift because we were poor. And I got it. And I thought, this is great. I could make money. But even more than making money, I discovered by accident that when I'd go into these bar rooms and people would have a couple of drinks, and be nicer and more sociable and conversational. And they treated me great, I have to say. They would let me go into bar rooms to shine shoes. But then they would talk about adventure and travel and all these things. I'm like, wow, is it the alcohol that's making this picture, or did they really go to these places and it's enhanced by the alcohol? Not to too much, of course, just in moderation. But I thought, wow, to combine this drinking, and this traveling and adventure, that's a great thing. I wonder if I'll be able to do that someday. And there you go. Thanks to Travel Channel, here we are.
Make sure to check out Jason Bateman's new movie, Officer Christopher. I'll never let him live it down.
I'm sorry, Jason. It's coming from him. I would never associate myself with him.
Brand new season of Booze Traveler tonight on Travel Channel.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. 10. I was going to say 9, 8 Central, 10, 9. I've lost track of days. I'm ready for the end of the year. And make sure to be on the lookout for his new show on Travel Channel, Best Bars.
That's it. Best Bars later this spring.
Keep it simple.
Join us.
This guy's awesome.